Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to share my thoughts regarding a new skincare device that I recently invested in that I have already completely fallen in love with. I was actually really excited when Shark released this device. So what we're discussing today is the Shark FacialPro Glow and Deep Puffy. So I recently purchased this during the Black Friday sale at Ulta. Now I had a ton of rewards that I haven't used. If you are not signed up for the rewards system at Ulta, you really need to do that. It is so easy to accumulate points there, and those points can directly be converted to money off of your purchase. So the retail price for this bad boy here is $3.99. It is a very expensive skincare device, so I knew that I wanted this, but I wanted to be smart about my purchase. So during Black Friday, Ulta put this on sale for, I think it was like $349. Since it's not available in store, I could only use a certain amount of points online. So I used the maximum that I could apply to this, which brought the price point down to $99. I paid $99 for this, and you guys, it was worth every single penny. It was worth every single point that I used. And in fact, if I ever lose this or something happens to it, I will immediately go back and repurchase it. Luckily, I still have a bunch of points anyway, so I'm usually not the best about, using my points on a regular basis. I kind of tend to hoard them, and then when there's something that I really want that is more expensive, I will apply those points to that particular purchase. So I only paid $99 for this, but I will say, even if it cost me more, I would definitely pay more than $99 for this device. So if you are not signed up for the reward system at Ulta, like I said, go do that. It is very easy to accumulate points there. And what I love about the Ulta reward system is that they allow you to stack coupons with points to reduce the cost of your purchase. So right now, if you are already a rewards member at Ulta, you probably received your 20% off coupon. It is good on prestige items, so you could use the 20% off on this, and then you could also use points to, again, bring the cost down further. So there are ways to save money with this device, and I think the best place to get it is obviously Ulta. So I recently tried another aquafacial type device from a brand called Beauty Bio. I will link that review in the description box down below. I ended up returning that because the construction of it felt very, very cheap. So yeah, that one went back, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna spend the money on the Shark, because that, I think, was the best way to go for me personally. And you guys, I have only used this device twice. I know, but it's one of those where you can tell right away that you are getting results, and I will show you pictures of those results in this video. So my goal today is to just kind of tell you a little bit more about this device, how to use it, how it has worked for me, and show you guys the proof that it is crazy, crazy effective. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you're interested in reading up more about this device, I'll have it linked down below. Feel free to check it out. All right, let's get into it. To get started, I want to show you everything that the device comes with when you order it. So the different components are housed within this little box here. They do also send you this little like rubber band thing here that you put over top if you want to travel with it. When you lift the top off, in the lid here, you are going to find your cord to charge the device and this little cleaning tool, which you are going to use after each session to properly clean your different components here. We'll talk about that. So that is contained in the top here. Then you have your 2 different nozzles. You are going to receive, by the way, both the normal and gentle nozzles. So this also comes with your order here. So there is a gentle T-zone tip, a gentle wide tip. So those would be for someone who definitely has a more delicate skin type. I do not, so I opted to just put the normal T-zone tip and the normal wide tip into the container here because that's what I'm going to be using. So here is the T-zone and then here is the wide tip, and then you also receive this tip here, which once again is going to be used for the cleaning cycle after you are done with your treatment. Here is the like aquafacial component here. So this clips on to the this is the power adapter here. So this goes together very easily. It just literally clips on here like this. If you want to switch the tops here out, all you have to do is push this button on the back and it very easily pops off. And then if you want to use the Puffy, it just, once again, clicks on like that. And then obviously very easy to remove. So the Puffy has both a warming and cooling option. I have used this on the warming option to give myself a little bit of a facial and neck massage, and it feels so good, you guys. It almost provides like the perfect level of warmth. You have 3 different heat options. The way that you adjust it is with this little plus button over here. By the way, this down here is just your power button. To switch between the cool and the hot option for the Puffy, you just hold the power button and it will switch. You know whether you're using the hot or the cold because there is a little light that goes around the base here that is either red for heat or blue for cooling. So very, very intuitive and easy to use. The one thing I will tell you that kind of threw me off at first was trying to find the charging port. It's right here underneath the release button. So you just move this little flap back. That's where it is. This is the part of the device that you will charge with your little cable here. So yeah, if you're wondering where that is, that's where it is. Honestly, it took me a few minutes. I kept looking at the different pieces and I was like, where do I charge it? It's right in the back here. So anyway, also when you place your order, they do send you a couple of skincare products as well, if you will. So the first thing is it's pretty small size. This is 0.66 fluid ounces. This is their Derm Detox AHA and BHA exfoliating gel. So you actually apply this to your clean skin. Anytime that you use this device, you're using it on clean skin. So wash your face, gently pat dry, apply this gel. I will say a little bit goes a long way. You don't need a lot. And you leave this sitting on your skin for about 2 to 3 minutes. Honestly, I've left it on as long as 10 minutes because sometimes I have squirrel brain and I just start doing other things. That hasn't affected me negatively, but so you put this on first. You can also, by the way, use the Puffy on the warming or heating option to open up your pores as well. but this is going to kind of soften everything up so that when you go in with your little hydrafacial here, you are better able to extract all of the things from your pores, because that is what this is going to do. This is a vacuum for your pores. And as someone who has been an enlarged pore girly her entire life, let me tell you, there are many things within your pores. This device sucks everything out, like everything. So you apply this first, and then you fill up your water reservoir, which is the smaller one here. So you lift that up, you fill this to the fill line with water. The fill line is, you can see the little demarcation for it. So just fill that up with water. And then you are going to add your attachment, whichever one you want. The larger one is for the larger areas of your face, and then the more targeted, smaller tip is for areas like your chin, your nose, maybe your T-zone right here. So depending on what part of your face you're working on, you're gonna switch your tips back and forth. Always turn the device off when you are switching the tips. And then you are going to go ahead and just do that initial pass over your skin. You're gonna hold your skin taut because you don't want this like pulling and tugging. So just hold your skin taut and just glide it across your face. Super, super easy to do. If you feel like you're losing suction, make sure that you are applying just a little bit of pressure so that you create that suction. And then when you get to the end here, you'll just lift it up and then do the pass below that. Don't go over the same area multiple times. You really don't need to. So you're gonna do that until the tank is empty. You're gonna collect the really dirty water in this tank back here. And when you're done with that first session, because this is a two-part treatment here, I'll tell you about the next part here. You are gonna go ahead and empty both of these containers out, just into the sink. Then they also send you this. Now this is a larger size here. This is a 2.66 fluid ounce of their hydro infusing treatment. This is a BHA hydrator. And this you are going to pour once again into the water reservoir in the front to the fill line. And then you're going to go over your skin again. Obviously close this. You're going to go over your skin the same way that you did with the water. And you are going to infuse this into your skin, which provides a really nice surge of moisture. And because it has that BHA in there, those of you who deal with enlarged pores, frequent breakouts, if you deal with a lot of sebaceous filaments, if you deal with a lot of blackheads, the BHA in here is going to treat those skin issues. So once you're done infusing that into your skin, once again, you're gonna open your the back part here. You're going to pour out what is likely going to look like a very cloudy, and depending on how much came out of your pores, your slightly chunky water here, and then you're gonna go through the cleaning session. That's also very easy to do. You're gonna go ahead and take your nozzle off that you are using. You're gonna go ahead and put the cap on the front. Fill this with water again, let it run through the cleaning cycle. It'll turn off on its own. Then, once again, pour that out. Leave everything open so that it can properly dry. You can do that by just setting it into your little carrying case here like this, and make sure that everything completely dries. You are going to use your little brush here to help clean these nozzles. So you're gonna stick that through there and just make sure, you know, that there's like no gunk or anything that gets stuck in these holes here. Once again, you're going to want to also let these completely dry and then pop them back into the carrying case here. So that is how you actually use the hydrafacial portion. When you are all done with that, once again, you can take your depuffy if you want to, and you can do either a cooling or a warming session with this, and just kind of finish everything off. I prefer to do this treatment in the evening, so I just immediately go in with my evening skincare routine. I feel like my skincare products absorb so much better after doing a treatment with this. It's such an amazing thing when you see what this device pulls out of your pores, you guys. So let me go ahead and right now insert a little bit of video footage that I took, as well as like a still picture, so that you can hopefully see what was pulled out of my pores. I was honestly really surprised because I really thought that there wouldn't be that much coming out, but there was. So let's take a look at that. Yummy, right? This is one of those skincare devices that is going to give you instant results. With most of these skincare devices that I have either purchased in the past or that have been sent to me, you kind of have to wait a certain amount of time before you really start seeing the results. Not with this. I have had professional hydrafacial treatments in the past, and I have loved the experience. You leave those sessions feeling so clean, and I can tell you that this device gave me the exact same results as those treatments that I paid a few $100 for. So by the time that you pay for 2, 3, depending on where you live and how much the hydrafacials are in your area, by the time that you pay for 2 or 3 of those, you could buy this device and just have it in your home and do these treatments yourself once a week, every other week, once a month. It's going to depend on your skin type. Do not overdo it. You don't need to. For me, as someone who has enlarged pores, this is a device that I would use a maximum of maybe 3 times a month, at least for the hydrafacial extraction portion over here. The depuffy, I can use this every single day. This is genius for at-home treatment for those that really struggle with congested pores. If you are someone who deals with a lot of blackheads, a lot of sebaceous filaments, if you deal with just frequent congestion, there is nothing better for that congestion than this particular device. My pores look so much smaller. Like, I can barely see the pores on my cheeks after I am done with one of these sessions. It just allows them to kind of like go back to their like empty state, if you will. Are my pores going to fill up again? Yeah, they are, because here's the reality of things. I wear SPF, I wear makeup, and even though I properly remove all of that at the end of each day, there is some that is going to remain within your pores, and then it just builds up, right? So when you get to a point where you're like, I'm feeling a little congested, bust this bad boy out and give yourself a treatment, and you will be right back to having pores that are as clean as a whistle. You guys, I love this device. This was worth every single penny. I paid for it myself. Obviously, I got a pretty good discount because of those ultra reward points, but Even at this point, if I didn't have any points to apply to this device, like I said, if I lost it, I would immediately repurchase this. The construction of this, the quality of it, the results of this, worth every penny. Worth every single penny. And those are my thoughts. I don't know really what else to say other than this was probably one of the most worthwhile investments that I made in my skin this year. I love having this device. It is so easy to use, and it gives me amazing instant results that for me really make the whole process worthwhile. Now, I always say this when it comes to skincare devices. If you are someone who has a drawer full of stuff like this, or microcurrent devices, or radio frequency devices, if you just know that you are not a person who can commit to using devices on a regular schedule, don't invest in this. Listen, I have several friends who always end up buying things and then they're just like, ugh, I'm not using this. And it just sits in a drawer, and then they get annoyed by the fact that they spent, $500-600 on a skincare device that they're just not using. Know who you are and what you are capable of before investing a large chunk of money in a device like this. But I'm willing to bet that most people who invest in this, even if they're a little bit more like, I don't know, sometimes they get a little lazy, once you see what it pulls out of your skin, you're gonna be like, holy moly, yes, I'm here for it. I will use this on a regular basis. But just make sure that you're sure, because like I said, $3.99 is the regular retail price. You wanna make sure that you're actually gonna use it for that price point. So yeah, for me, game changer. Love it. Will have it in my skincare device collection going forward. She's gonna join my microcurrent device, my red light therapy, all of the other stuff that I do to try to keep my 47-year-old skin looking its best for the stage of life I'm in. So if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below. I hope this review was helpful. You can read up a little bit more about the device in the description box down below. I'll put a link to where you can purchase it. Yeah, anyway, that's it. That's what I have for you guys today. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.